economic sphere, the well-conceived and well-intentioned privatization program.
President Obasanjo. When I came in 8 years ago, many Nigerians and now everybody is really happy.
Immortal. Yeah. Came out the portal, immortal into a human body. I've been existing way before the earth had Anunnakis. Intergalactical battles, intergalactical travels, infinitely going through stars. The universe will unravel all of its secrets, peep it. I'm starting to leak it. Time for truth is coming, 100, it's time to seek it. Expanding my perception through the spectrum of light. I'm going in with spectrum and the shit's out of sight. We indigo children, yeah, we building frequencies through the ceiling. Penetrating through reality, a marvelous feeling. Regardless, we're healing these humans that be claiming we demonic. The resonance goes over their heads, we super cosmic. The logic is ignorance mixed with fear in your thinking. My pineal gland is flooded, son, that shit don't be blinking. Sinking into your subconscious like a song with no words. The way I come up with these symbols of letters is absurd. Hey yo, my rhymes are like angelic beings. That shit is freeing, so pure that if you were born blind, I'll have you seeing. Breathing in a multi-dimensional light so captivating. Double helix is nonsense, so what I'm activating. Feel the power from within, seeping right through my skin. From the earth into my feet as it goes up to my chin. It got me grinning, rotation like spirals, my music spinning. I told you that I don't be playing, still I'm always winning. Fibonacci to the haters, curve them right to the side. They don't understand the energy, it comes from inside. So inside is what I master, used to be a disaster. Now I'm gladly elevating to a whole new chapter. Yeah, I'm giving birth to a whole new style. I incarnated through New York, yeah, I rep Long Island. Don't get it twisted though, I'm truly repping this earth. I came to free all these humans and show you all what you're worth. Immortal. Yeah, raising your frequencies one soul at a time. As I pass this mic to my boy Spectrum, yo Spectrum, light that up, kid.
They tried to tell me I'm mortal, I told them I was immortal. They asked me what makes me different, I asked them what makes you normal. I just followed my morals and I unfollowed the formal. Hopped on a track with crews, now we straight cruising through portals. I download the Metatron, I'm reversing it till I'm dead and gone. If you think I'm dope, then you said it wrong. Not trying to flex, but I'm hella strong. Mine did things you never seen. When I say mine, you know what I mean. I'm the most when I'm in my mode, and y'all average is like the mean. I really didn't mean to go intervene. I'm the middleman, chilling in between. You should do the math, we ain't keeping score. But I just hit a 3.14. I cook it up, make it look easy as pie. I'm moving in silence and seeing the sign. I am the G, if you remove me, all you gon' see is your sins. This is a big game of six, the simulation is breaking again. I'm taking control, creating my soul, and if the truth fits, I'm breaking it in. Breaking it. All I really know is that I'll never know. I've been here for forever, don't know when to go. I think that indicates that I'm an indigo. In that case, I'm in the go. Green light, my heart, chakra booming. Solar plexus, Lexus zooming. You assuming that I'm human. I'm just being what you doing. I've been teaching teachers frequently. It's apparent I'm a parent when it comes to raising frequencies. The way I'm living life, I haven't rest in peace recently. Immortal with my technique, but my ego dying easily. Death is teasing me by leaving me with DMT. Now it seems to me that everything I see is seeing me. Life is just an infinite circle with a twist. I used to wanna be like them, now they do not exist.
Immortal.
Peace and greetings in Marrakesh. Doing a sound check. If you all can hear me clearly, please put it in the chat. Peace, 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 everyone. Welcome to the session. Doing a quick sound check. All right. Peace, peace, everyone. This is a beautiful plasma. We are here. We are here. Ashe. So today is our Amplify Your Purpose. Awesome. Thank you. Today is our Amplify Your Purpose session while living in the new time. I am the facilitator, just opening the way, getting us started. I am Eshe Ken 211, the Blue Electric Monkey, the Magician, Dreamy Pisces, all that good stuff. But I'm so happy to be here to share in this space and this time with you. And we're going to have an amazing session today. Today is a blue storm day, so hold on tight, y'all. So I do like to get started with my affirmation, just to rev up the energy. And I activate in order to play. Bonding illusion. I seal the process of magic with the electric tone of service. And I am guided by my eagle eye of vision. And I am a galactic activation portal. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. Oh, peace. I see y'all in the chat. Thank you so much. And I know more people are going to be coming in as we are getting started on this wonderful, wonderful plasma. So before we get started, as you all know, we are going to go ahead and listen to the prayer of the 7 galactic directions. I want to give a huge shout out to Kim 165 for giving us this beautiful gift. She created this beautiful visual with her lovely voice of the prayer of the 7 galactic directions. So just lean your ear and your heart and check it out. I'll be right back. Peace.
From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may know all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayun Hunab Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. Ayun Hunab Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. Ayun Hunab Ku Eva Maya E Ma Ho. All hail the harmony of mind and nature.
Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Kim 165. We love that so much. I appreciate it. I really do. We're going to keep on giving honor to the source of all creation, our dear Mother Earth, who is sustaining us, providing for us, giving us everything that we need. We wouldn't be able to be here without her, and we love her so much. Giving thanks to our dear ancestors that came before us, paved the way, and they are whispering to us through our intuition. They are us. We are them. Also giving thanks to our star elders, the foundation for the law of time, Jewel University of Immortal Sciences, the Melanin Six, our wonderful master teachers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Mimic Priesthood and all of the indigenous all over the planet. We give thanks by saying Ashe. That's right. So again, we are here at the Amplify Your Purpose while living in the new time. So this message today is going to be a storm day, and Neptahark is going to be bringing a message about your energy is the magical elixir for success. Wonderful. And Neptahark has provided us with a quote. I will read that to you. If you are new in the space, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're happy that you are here to share your energy. Feel free to take a screenshot of this quote. One of the best gifts that can be given to you is to be able to exercise the full authority over your whole mind with all of its faculties and dimensions. Also, Neptaharka has given us a definition of what the synchronistic human is, and I will read that for you. So we are someone who is able to be multidimensional while unifying energy from the synchronicities of natural time cycles towards the holonomic evolution of humanity, Mother Earth, and the galactic whole. Ashe. All right, so it is that time. We will be having some brief announcements for our upcoming events. We have something very special that is taking place on tomorrow, Ken 260, but we're going to get into all of that. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our dear sister, Ken 134, Tatiana, so she can share her energy and enlighten us with these wonderful announcements. We do appreciate her for stepping up. She's one of the newer individuals with the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment, but she's just like, I'm ready. Let me do what I need to do. She want to share that beautiful smile and, come forth. So you all welcome her with an Ashe. I'm going to go ahead and bring her to the stage. Peace and greetings, sis. Take us away.
All right. Peace, family. Again, I'm so grateful to be reunited with you today on this plasma. And I also feel really grateful to be introduced with such a nice, warm welcome from Ken 211. So thank you so much for graciously introducing me and setting the tone for today's connection. So yes. All right. All right. So this is the time. I want you to get prepared and charged up. All right. Gamma is truly one of my favorite plasmas. And I say this often, but I actually really feel it because it's not just me bigging myself up. I have an audience. So that is the beautiful thing about it. It's like I'm not just the one in my head. I have everyone else also championing and their spirits along with me. So on this self-generation storm day, it's nice to affirm that it's not just me doing all the good work, but it's all of us. And it feels good to be in connection with the chosen ones that are dedicated to cooperating with this divine and with the divine rather. And we're all promoting positivity here. So I am just in good company. All right. So grateful to be learning with all of you and growing with all of you and connecting with you as well. And I know y'all are ready for this message. So let's slide into the announcements. Okay. All right. Before we get into level 1, I just want to reintroduce myself. I am Tatiana, Ken 134, and I embody the white self-existing wizard. And my signature reads, I define in order to enchant. Measuring receptivity, I seal the output of timelessness with the self-existing tone form. And I am guided by the power of hearts. Okay, can you feel it? Can you feel it? All right. So for those of you that are wondering what that means, this first level introduction might support you on that journey. But of course, you can take your time. We're all learning a new language together, decoding hidden messages and remembering what has been forgotten. So we're doing this all together and you have support. And if that sounded poetic to you and you can't wait to learn on your own, this is the time. This is the moment. And you can type Ken in the chat so that way we can help you find your Ken number if you're new here. So welcome. And I'd like to take a moment and say hello and hey back to everyone who is joining us that has been with us previously, maybe it's your first time, your second time, I just want to welcome you back and thank you so much for reconnecting with us. Last week, I was able to have my traveling sister with us, Ken 186, the white self-existing world bridger, Sabrina. So I'm so happy that we're able to connect with each other and be able to bring along our friends and family as they are also encouraged to tap into this wisdom with us. There are some exciting times ahead, so let's jump right back into the level so you can learn more for yourself, as well as possibly elevate in your experience from, yes, you can see the link there as well. And you can possibly elevate in your experience along with us. So let's just get started. The level 1, the Infinite Aligned Memory membership, the I Am membership. This membership is a passport into uncharted territory. And for me personally, it has been a pathway into activating some higher consciousness. But not only that, attuning to the synchronicities that are around me to affirm just what I am putting out and also pulling in. So I just want to acknowledge that and just the pure bliss around being in a community that is supporting you along the way. I think I could not be able to come into this wisdom and this knowledge with the same vigor and the same acknowledgement and celebration without having everyone here with me. So there is no investment like the ones you make in yourself. So if health is your wealth, then knowledge is your currency. And I would highly recommend you consider an annual membership, which is the gift that keeps on giving. You literally save $99 annually. And there's more. An annual membership includes monthly exclusives. It includes 1 free class per year and 50% off of courses. Is truly generous. And also we have a monthly offering for $33 a moon or every 4 heptads. So if this is new lingo for you, you're catching along. You're following with me. All right. And that's going to also support you with 25% off of classes in comparison to 50. So yes, if you've been a fan of this content and you can't wait to become a member, there's more that you can leverage once you gain access to your personal portal, which is available to you 24/7, 365 at your convenience. So through the portals, you can watch the replays, sessions like this, along with the New Kin orientation and sync talks, as well as some exclusive online and in real life invitations, which you will be hearing more about soon. So on level 2, I'd like to personally invite you to our New Kin orientation. If you haven't already been tapped in before, this is a new revised edition with a 4-week course. So each heptad will be walking you through a new way to connect with your kin and getting some insight on what it means for you and what it means for connecting to this cosmology. All right. So you can see there on the screen where you can join us on Thursdays at 8. But this is an exciting environment led by our dynamic host, Moon Goddess Ambrosia. Shout out to Ken 181 and Ned Saharka. So let's make a date on Thursdays at 8, and we'll be streaming live cross platforms. And you will be able to not only learn your galactic signature, just like the one I read earlier, but it'll assist you in discovering your purpose. And the New Kin orientation was my introduction, and I felt so welcomed by the school, but also felt really excited when I got to learn how much we've been advancing and also expanding, with the amount of people who've been able to call out where they're from near or far, domestic or international. We've been able to connect with folks all over the globe. And that has really just warmed my heart. I love feeling like the world is much smaller than it is. It makes me just remember that, we're all here to make a difference and we're closer than we ever have imagined. So if you are ready for that time, I would really encourage you to set a notification, especially on YouTube. If you have YouTube or any other place that you can tap that in, so that way you can join us on Thursdays at 8. But it's not limited to the new folks, but feel free to invite those that you are wanting to those of you that have yet to really been able to take advantage of what the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment offers. So that way you can, connect with us beyond borders and timelines. Okay. Then we have level 3, which is the spring semester. Okay. Early bird registration is open and is extended till the 27th of this moon or month. Okay, so for March, we have up to March 27th where you can register for classes. The link is in the chat currently. All right, are you ready to go back to school? I know you are. All right, so we have subjects that are crossing the 4D time, the Hollow Mind Perceiver 5D time, and synchronomics. This semester has a new course, BizDev, integrating with cosmic consciousness. Have you ever used the 13 moon calendar to align your business needs? It's possible. It could present predictability, order, and much more. Okay. This is not new. Companies have actually been using the 13 moon calendar to align with their business to create that synchronicity in their offerings, but also to have some flow in what they're presenting for whatever the work they do and they offer. So these terms are these terms are over 3 to 6 weeks, and consider becoming an I Am annual member. This is where you can get 50% off discounted 45D courses and the 25% off of the ESP course. Okay, so that way you can actually take advantage of all that is supporting you through the different memberships as an I Am annual member or a Moonly member. Moonly members get 25% off of the 45D courses and a 10% off of the ESP course. Okay. So I want you to all take advantage of those courses, and shout out to all the hardworking assistant instructors in Neptaharka, because it is an environment that most schools are not offering. Okay. Online, in person, universities, it doesn't matter. You are more than likely not getting this intelligence or gathering this knowledge for you to evolve personally as a being. Oftentimes we're learning how to do a job. This is allowing us to do way, way more. So take a moment and just reconsider to enroll in these courses. There's been a 21 foundation, there's also been 21 foundational semesters it's already getting better with time. So I do encourage you to participate and enroll, and you'll be able to experience a lot of what many of us have been able to connect with. If you've been a member, as well as myself, the things that I've been able to learn just been taken away. It's so interesting to me because the things that we've been connecting over, whether it's the law of time, whether it's been the Hollow Mind Perceiver, and much more like the telepathic remembrance group, I've been seeing a lot more in the media these days. Even just with the 13 moon calendar, someone called me the other day, was like, I heard some news about the 13 moon calendar and how we're disconnected from nature. So seeing how we can align ourselves back to nature to get our minds and our bodies right. This is just one way that you can experience that. So I truly encourage you all to take a class, and you can just see how powerful it is, because it's not only something that I've been able to take away, it's something that you can really feel a part of. And you deserve to feel special with what you learn. So please take that step if you're ready. You can see where you can register, and these are experiences you won't forget. So yeah, the classes start on the 11th, so you don't want to wait, and take advantage of the specials today. Okay. All right, with level 4, if you felt a paradigm shift in your experience and you value tailored support to your needs, then a one-on-one synchronicity coaching can be your tool. Neptaharka has over 1,200 coaching hours in 5 years. Okay, I did not misspeak when I said that. Over 1,200 coaching hours in 5 years. These sessions can be designed to support your personal, spiritual, and professional life. And there's been numerous testimonies on the benefits of these personalized sessions and how transformative of experiences they are. And you can see the link in the chat, so you can also fill out the form and you can align for the best arrangements for your personal needs. So yeah, you can take a look at that. Next up, we got Sync Talk. Sync Talk is always a great opportunity for the public to learn more about what the school has to offer, as well as connecting you back to the knowledge. This upcoming week has the 13 moon calendar and plasmas and chakras, where you can get some insight on how that will impact you, and also get some insight before you are able to connect with the classes to learn more about what we offer in those Law of Time courses. All right. So if you've been enjoying the vibes and this information, and you know you can see yourself back here at the same time in the same place, please set your notifications and sign up for our newsletter and hop back in. And on the next Gamma, Kin 6, the topic is organize and attract better opportunities. What does a balanced experience look like for you? And what opportunities are present in your environment and state in mind when there is balance present? I want you to consider that. Neb Taharka will be speaking next Gamma next Sunday, and this is something that you can consider, you want to think about before you arrive, so that way you can get prepared for that message. I know it's already going to be powerful like the one is today, so let's jump in so we can bring Neb Taharka on the stage. All right. So we have recalling all connections. One of those special events that I called out earlier from being a member that you're have access to is the Day Out of Time 2025. And so right now we're planning the Day Out of Time as we climb into July. I know it seems so close, but it's so far at the same time. But High Priestess Mayat, she is going to be supporting us with planning details. And so if you have that event planner hat on, if you want to also support and use your efforts to create an amazing event, then you should join us. The next planning session is going to be on April the 12th, the Blue Rhythmic Storm. So join us, another storm day. So look at that, another synchronicity. That's why you're supposed to be there. So I can already see you there ahead of time. If you are able to connect with us, please contact us via email, take a screenshot, and join us, so that way we can see you and have a wonderful Day Out of Time. It's one of those premier events for the school, and it has had many people come out. I have yet to attend because I just joined in September, but I'm really looking forward to it because I heard a lot of great things, and I know that's where a lot of people got to make the world feel smaller by connecting in person. So we can't wait to see you there in July. But before then, if you're able to plan with us so that we can make it the event of events, then we'll see you there. All right. And so here's the time where we want to get our phones out. As I always say, get your phone out, head to IG, head to X, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, wherever is best for you, where you spend your time. Because I know sometimes I spend my time online scrolling. So what better way to actually take advantage of what you are connecting with? You know, we spend so much time away from our families at time, but when we're on our devices, we want to be able to connect into something that's actually mutually benefiting, right? So if you have been enjoying this session, but also if you have been finding our content online, that's how you found us to join us, I ask for you to continue to please share, follow, like, and pass along the content from Neb Taharka, and subscribe on YouTube as well. As you can see, it's Neb_Taharka across most channels, and or the Synchronistic Human as well. Just make sure that you follow us All the above is free, and the comments and shares help the algorithm reach more people like you, but also spread the message and give different ways of delivering that message. It's not limited to what I say or you say. It's giving someone else the chance to hear it in a different way, in a different delivery. It might land on them differently. So give thanks in advance to any of you that have chosen to take those steps and continue to spread the word. And if you found us online, this is where you can continue to see us on your timeline and share with a friend or a like-minded individual in the DM, and, you know, meet someone new here today. And you can spread your love and cheer and share your social as well in the chat, so we know where to find you. Okay. All right. Donations. I want to call out our new members and patrons. Just want to give thanks to all of you that have been supportive over the time. As a patron, you are supporting, maintaining, innovating, growing, and expanding this mission. So you're welcome to contribute to this excellence. All donations can be made out to the Blue Storm 239 on Cash App, as well as you can see the link for PayPal. It takes a village, and no donation is too small to make a difference. So much gratitude in advance, and may it multiply. Okay. I affirm that. Before we move back, I think I might have missed one slide, so please excuse me. I wanted to give a call out in advance if it's not here. Excuse me. I know Ken 211 will be able to support with that as well. I wanted to just call out the Quantum Leap meditation, the 260 galactic meditation. If you weren't able to join, if you weren't able to sign up, it's going to be tomorrow, Monday at 8, Ken 260. This is a acknowledgement for the conclusion of the full timeline, 260 days of the Zokin calendar. And this is going to be a really special event with special guests, including yourself. And it's really an opportunity to raise vibrations and affirming our collective initiatives, what we're looking to do for ourselves and collectively. So there are going to be some insights you might get, not only individually, but really as a unit. And there's truly powers in numbers. So I do want to make sure that you join us. Pardon that I don't see the slide on the screen, but you have the link in the chat. So please, if you have yet to make an opportunity to do that, this is what I want to acknowledge. We're going to continue to talk about it. Again, it's free. So it's something that you can bring a +1, +2, +3 along with you. So don't be shy. Have them sign up. And we're going to be able to bring this energy in together. And I want to just acknowledge you if you've been able to do that. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow evening. Again, it's going to be on Monday at 8 p.m. Ken 260. All right. So we'll be able to connect with you very soon. And I'm going to pass this back over to Ken 211. Thank you so much for having me today. All right.
Ashe. Y'all give it up for Kim 134. Love her. Doing such a great job. And we appreciate you stepping up and sharing your energy. She's very eloquent when she's sharing the announcements. And we definitely appreciate you so much. And I want to also just veggie back on that. Y'all go ahead and register. The registrations have been coming in. And you should have received a welcome message. But yeah, we're going to be rocking and rolling tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is such an exciting time to be alive because we are celebrating. If you just go back in your mind and think about your solar year, the storm year, everything that has happened, all the storms that you made it through, and we're going to come together and meditate. We're going to chant. We're going to raise that vibration and that frequency. And then we're going to get started with Ken 1, started all over again on a new journey. It's going to be a new journey. So, you know, it's going to be awesome. So definitely take just a few minutes and register if you haven't done so already. So this is a great time. Now we're going to go ahead and get ready for our master teacher. He is the master teacher of all master teachers. He's greatly appreciated for all that he does. He is Nebtaharka Kanish Kawad Ken 239. He is the architect. And just like 134 said, he's done over 1,200 hours, 1,200 plus sessions of coaching Okay, that's a lot. So that makes him a master at what he does. That's the creation of consistency that Neb Taharka brings. He is the founder of the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. He's also the chancellor of this amazing school that we have such a this is a gift. This really is a gift to be able to be a part of the school. So hope that you all know that as well in your heart and in your mind. He has done 20 plus consecutive semesters of teaching the Hollow Mind Perceiver. He is also teaching the Law of Time, Telepathic Remembrance Group, and like Tatiana said, we have a new course coming forth very soon. So that's very exciting. His objective is to build a telepathic community. But guess what? He can't do it without us. We play such a huge role in this process. It's time for us to raise our mental abilities by doing different exercises. That's what he shows us about tapping into mathematics, tapping into focus. You know, Neb Taharka really is the man with the plan, and he is appreciated. So you all enjoy this session. Take your notes. As I sometimes say, let it just permeate your whole being so that we can be transformed. That's why he is here, to help us to transform. So let's go ahead and welcome Neb Taharka with the Ashe. Put some love in the chat, and you all enjoy the session. Peace, power, love, in Lakesh.
It's just different. I am the world changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19, the power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone. Skilled at the art of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, fies. It was I who caused the triple Aztec monuments of the Avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple grounds. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. I behold the creator of the fifth sun, the present world. Sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth the sixth sun. For the great regeneration of the world's soul, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. To know me is to know your own power of self-generation. Self-generation is power. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, fies.
Greetings in Lakesh. Welcome to another Amplifying Your Purpose session. It is truly a pleasure as well as a privilege to be on here with each and every one of you. Just think about the energy and the power of amplifying your purpose, even if you don't know your purpose consciously, but you know your purpose subconsciously, and it's being amplified right now. That could be a good thing because at some point you're going to realize your purpose, and you're going to be able, if you don't already. And if you already know your purpose, think about the power of amplifying that in the mind of yourself and others and around the globe. And now what can you do in your life, and what can you experience being and having an amplified purpose in your life? All right, so give thanks to all of the announcements by Ken 134. I hope that you were able to tap in to her eloquent way of expressing our announcements and getting us plugged into the now. I'm so grateful for her, and just watching her growth patterns through this evolutionary trajectory in a short period of time. I mean, she's only been studying this since the fall term, which is around the August, September timeframe, and just the questions that she have, and just seeing the power in which she operates, and man, she's quite a professional as well. Just to have somebody like that a part of our team, and expressing and communicating what we have going on with passion is just really a huge value added commodity for our organization, the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. I also want to give thanks to Ken 211. She is the host with the most. And what I mean by that, she literally is the hand behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, that makes sure that all the technical aspects go well, flyers, you know, you name it, responding to people, website. She is research. She is a researcher extraordinaire. And videos, any of the videos you see, Ken 211 is done, and facilitating, sound check, all that. So I'm so grateful for her, and all that she does. Is the commitment level is so high. Actually, Ken 211 is working on this every single solitary day, and she doesn't have to do that, but she believes in the organization. She believes in the vision and the direction that we're going in, and she supports the synchronistic human to the nth degree, and she supports myself to the nth degree, and the other teachers as well. So we are just so fortunate. So thank you, Ken 211, for taking the time, and man, you do more than assist. You take the ball and run with it. So I really appreciate your beautiful spirit and how you really go out of your way to make sure things are in the best light. It is greatly appreciated as well. All right. So how many of you, we've been streaming this, and we started streaming it. We usually have this on our platform. The platform that we usually use is the Adobe Connect platform. And we decided to open this up so some people in IG can get a glimpse of what we're actually building here in terms of evolving and tapping into the telepathic age, and what does that mean for our holistic experience. Also, just thinking about when we are having this session, what can this do? I want to put you in a certain mindset. What could you get out of this today that if you got this certain thing out of this, it will help you improve your life? All right. I don't want you to just come here and see this sounds good and feels good, or that was different, that was deep. I really want you today to get something out of this that's going to help you become a better person today and forevermore. And I want you to leave here today, whether you're on IG, whether you're on YouTube, whether you are on Facebook. I want you to sit here, put everything to the side for a second, and set the intention that I'm going to receive something today that's going to help me in ways that I ain't been able to help myself. It may be for years, but something special about today, something big is going to happen for me today. I'm going to make a great discovery about myself today. I'm going to build my confidence in a way today that I haven't before. I'm going to be able to execute certain skills today that I ain't been able to execute. I'm going to remove fear today if that's what's stopping me. I'm going to eliminate shame, worry, doubt today. And I'm going to just listen and set the intention to experience something better than I've experienced in the past. Let me tell you something else. When I do that, something big is going to happen. Now, I know we can all look at circumstances and say, oh, I don't know about that, Nib. You know, I got this that just happened to me, and I got that just happened to me. Let's put that aside for a second. That's over here in the alternate reality right now. All right. Let's just play make-believe. We do that all the time. And let's just say, what if it happens? Let me tell you something. All you need to be thinking about, is it possible? You may not understand everything that I say today, especially if you listen to this for the first time, but if you get one thing that can do what I'm talking about, not only would it be worth it, but it's going to set you on a trajectory to be, know, do, and have something you hadn't had and been able to experience at this point. So that's my objective and my intention today. Ashe? All right, let's get into the fold here. We are amplifying our purpose in the new time, but we're focused on actualizing in the new time. So there's a couple things that can happen. We can conceptualize, so we get the concept about something. That ain't gonna change your life though. You hear me? Getting the concept and getting knowledge is not gonna change your life. The applied knowledge, the way you apply it, is gonna change it. And then you don't want to just change it, you want to make sure you change it to your what? Liking. Right? And change it to your liking. So conceptualizing will introduce you, because so now you got a decision to make. I get the concept, and I want you to say with me, what next? Do I want to move on this concept? Is this concept in alignment with the direction that I'm headed? Okay, yeah, it is. I want to evolve. Okay, great. Okay, so I got the concept, right? So a lot of people get the concept and the idea, and they think they're evolving. No, not yet. Now, hold on, you're on your way. Now let's realize it. Okay. I realize how this is happening. I realize how this works. So I not only get the concept, but I realize some things about myself. I realize about the impact of this concept as it's moving forward. And then now I can say, okay. So I realize therefore I can, and then I will. Now the will is the key thing to actualize, because willingness is the key to actualizing, not understanding the concepts, not what you realize about yourself or someone else. When you say, I realize, and now I'm willing to actualize this for myself, you just empowered yourself on a grand level. Strap on your seatbelt. We about to lift off. And I promise you, those of you that are listening after today, I got some stuff for you. You got to stay the whole time now. It's going to change your life. I guarantee. And I want y'all to email me. I guarantee. I'm guaranteeing you. And you email me if it doesn't change your life. But I'm telling you 100%, it's going to change your life in ways. I don't care how long you've been studying. I don't care how short you've been studying. Watch today. And what you get today is going to take you into a quantum leap. Let's get into it. All right. So we're actualizing in the new time. And so we've gone through a few topics here. We've gone through shedding your skin from the past. If you haven't gotten that, make sure you get the replay. Make sure you get on the membership, because without shedding the skin from your past, it's hard to use energy as the magic elixir for success, because you operating with the old energy. So it ain't going to match. It's going to create a conflict. You're going to say, see, he said my life was going to change, but I don't see any changes yet. You got to be patient. Then last heptad with 252, which is Dr. Martin Luther King's kin number that he was born on. How to build influence in the new time. Right? See, if you don't shed the skin from your past, then you're going to be influenced. Somebody or something is going to be building influence and influencing you in their direction versus you influencing in the direction that you headed. That's why we need to have a purpose. We don't just need to be wandering aimlessly talking about I'm influencing people, because you influence them to wander aimlessly into probably hitting nothing on dead center on the head. Now we're talking about that your energy is the magic elixir for success. So influence is great, but that doesn't mean that you're successful yet. Success is defined individually. So how do you define success? And how can you generate the energy to do what's necessary? All right. So let's talk about this energy thing. Before we do, I like to talk about the cosmology that we use. And so what this does is it expands our consciousness, this cosmology, and how we follow it. It enlarges our territory. So in the prayer of Jabez, you know, they're talking about, Lord, expand my territory. And they're talking about some land. They're talking about the earth. Do you know that your consciousness goes beyond the earth? Oh, you just think your consciousness stays in your head? Well, energetically, your consciousness not only goes beyond yourself, it goes beyond the earth. And matter of fact, it goes beyond the solar system and or galaxy. Do you know it goes beyond the universe into the multiverse? Do you know it goes all the way back to the source of all creation? And before time and before mind, there was number. And you realize that your brain and your mind is not just limited to the geographical location of your brain. And when we realize this, we now say, oh, so I can expand my mind, right? Or my consciousness. In my mind, I can expand it. And when I expand that consciousness, I can expand who I am. Enlarge your territory. Enlarge your image of yourself. So we follow 3 dynamic cosmic cycles. So you want to learn, if you're new, you want to learn how to follow the 13 moon calendar, right? And we base our there's different ones. Okay, we base ours based on the cycles of star Sirius, right? Which starts in the summer. The dog days of summer, July 26th. Now, why do we follow that? Because that cycle resembles and signifies evolution. So if I'm going to follow a calendar, some people say, well, Tarka, why do you follow this particular calendar, this particular 13 moon cycle? Why don't you follow 13 moon calendar and create it from spring? Because I hadn't seen how to evolve yet from that. Not that you can't, but this specifically showed me, this calendrical pattern showed me absolutely consciousness can be tracked. Absolutely. It's being tracked now. All right. That's a good question with RBG and vegan, right? Absolutely. And let me tell you something. You are in an incredible position that when you focus your mind on evolving, guess what your mind is going to create opportunities for you to do in your reality. But if we just going through calendrical systems to target dates to pay for things, right? So let's go back. We got a question here, RBG and vegan, right? How do you track consciousness? Well, what is consciousness? Time is the evolution of consciousness, first of all. So can we track how we evolving? If we can track how we evolving, we can track consciousness. You see? So consciousness gives you the way you access consciousness. And this is what we teach in the class. I love hitting on some of these questions because you're going to access consciousness through this perspective, through memory. You're on a journey of remembrance. You think you're using all of your mind when we're operating on programs that benefit building an artificial reality? You see? So we have to understand that do we want to be artificial or do we want to focus on being absolute? If we're going to be absolute, then we're going to take advantage of all the memory, which gives us access to all the consciousness that we can reach levels. And what is consciousness? Well, shame is a level of consciousness. Desire is a level of consciousness. Pride is a level of consciousness. Courage is a level of consciousness. Willingness, neutrality is a level of consciousness. Acceptance is a level of consciousness. Right? Love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. And the question is, can we track consciousness? Well, you can track your behavior that's linked to the consciousness. You can track consciousness because you can see that the person at enlightenment doesn't experience what the person in shame does on this planet. So do we need to be focused on doing one big thing, or do we need to focus on being able to raise our level of consciousness? How do you know you raise your consciousness from shame? Well, now you don't want to be eliminated from this experience anymore. When you at a level of shame, you said, come run me over, truck, tsunami, come swallow me up, airplane crash, crash, crash. So if you operate in that shit, I don't shame on anybody. In this sense, we are putting ourselves in a position to say, oh yeah, we're gonna bring an antidote to shame right now. We're gonna neutralize shame, because shame is, after shame is the energy of death. So we're talking about energy today. So I'm glad these questions are coming through, because many people are struggling because they don't know how to use the tools. This doesn't come with an owner's manual on how to access your memory, different levels of consciousness, so you can operate in this physical body. Because many people just see us as physical, but we're not just physical. See, we have a physical avatar that's governed by the will. We have a spirit, right, that gives the mind and energetic part of us, the fifth dimensional part of us, elasticity to go in this dimension and that dimension. The spirit is the medium that helps us time travel and evolve and heal. And then we got the 5D self that's connected to all the energy in the universe. And many of our consciousness won't let it do that because it's limited to a program that says you're less than God, or the essence of God. And so now you living in that box of artificiality. And I'm here to rattle the cage. I'm here to shake up the box and say, you can do all of this outside of the box if you just try something new. You see? And so when we study these calendrics, we are positioning ourselves to study patterns that help us evolve versus patterns that keep us in a feedback loop. And so I can't answer all the questions. Send those questions to me, email, so I can get on with the session. But we got another question. Does your school, this is the last question I'm taking, and then we're going to send it to the end. Email me. That's why I said email, because what happens is that there are people that got to leave. All right. So hold the rest of your questions to the end, or email me, because I want to get through this information, because some of the stuff I'm going to talk about going to answer your question. Right. Good. Great questions, though. I want to answer your question. Does your school teach how to navigate the transition of leaving the body and ask Book of the Dead type stuff? We talk about everything. Dead, galactic karma, your galactic purpose, how to clear up galactic karma, the energy of death, how to evolve through the 7 terrestrial levels, the 7 celestial levels, the 7 universal levels where immortality is. We talk about all. It just depends on what stage you're in. Past life transgressions, how to tap into the Akashic records, how to be telepathic all the time through the hollow mind perceiver. We talk about it all in the classes, and we don't just talk about it, we teach about it, and we show you how to integrate into this artificial system so that you're not adversely impacted in the process. I say? No, sorry. We will answer these questions, because like I said, if you don't get your questions answered, you're not going to be better tomorrow than you were today. Okay? So we getting in on this, because we think about how much we do. Well, we don't something sounds good and feels good, and we don't get our questions answered, and we still having to deal with the same demons that seems like it's holding us back from our greatness. What's the point? It's time to unleash the power from within. So the baseline of this, now everybody needs a cosmology, a spiritual system to follow to help unwind the clock. What's the clock? The consciousness lock. We need to be able to change and evolve our concept of time. That time is the evolution of consciousness. In this perspective, it's not a mechanical clock. It's not a calendar where we celebrate different dates. It's not connected to our cosmic evolution. Is that significant? Yeah, but not as it relates to cosmic evolution. New Year's Day, firing fireworks and all that, that's significant, but not to cosmic evolution, not to you fulfilling your purpose on earth. You see? So I want you to understand that you need to correlate it to the proper thing. As it relates to this, it don't hold no significance. Right? So you got to reference it the correct way so that you can go the direction that you want to go. And you may not want to evolve right now. Because let me tell you, evolving sounds good, but evolving makes your awareness see how many times you lie every day. It makes your awareness see, because everybody think they got so much attention. It makes your awareness see all the stuff you hiding, all your fears. And so you know what evolving makes you do? How you evolve? Now you got to address it. So this is equipping you that when you do evolve, the things that you have to address, you're equipped to and prepared to address them so it doesn't take you out. And some of that is emotional intelligence. Some of that is this synchronic order and how things work. And if you get that, as you evolve, it will be such a great experience. You see? But if you just come in trying to evolve like it's the end thing, and you turn on the light and you see all of this stuff that you thought you was doing good, all of this stuff you thought you got past, all of this stuff, and you realize the ugliness that you've been hiding, which is really the ugliness, is beautiful. Because once you address it, now you get to release it forever. So these are things. This is real talk right here. I'm kind of glad those questions kind of came through. Any other questions, just email me. I would love to dialogue with all of you. But this is where we are. If you want your life to be the way that you design it to be, then these things are very helpful in the process. Is this the only thing you can do? No, but this is very effective for us. And this is why we're teaching it. And I really am convinced that this can help a lot of people get out of ruts and out of the different cycles that they're in for those who want to evolve. Now, if you don't want to evolve, what Taharka is saying here ain't going to make much sense to you. And you're going to do your, you know how people do their lips like that? Oh, yeah, that sounds like. All right, then it ain't going to work. You see? But if you say, that makes a lot of sense. It's simple. I see it's different, but it's something I could do if I got the right instruction. You on your way. And if you got patience and you can go, because we got some undoing to do, you're going to go far. All right, so let's get into it. So we follow the 13 moon calendar based on Star Sirius, because Star Sirius presents patterns of how to evolve. This is what the Dogon followed and how they became more telepathic. This is what the Galactic Maya and the Olmecs follow to help them have access more of their memory. And so they may not have used it the way I'm talking about using it, but we're going to use it to become evolved, more intelligent, and more telepathic. Okay. And I have been convinced, and I've experienced this and through all the 1,200 one-on-one coaching sessions we've done over the last 5 years, I've seen people do it. So not only can I do it, I see people do it. And now we can show people who once thought they were gifts. We show you how to Gift is a skill. Telepathy is a skill that you build. It's not a gift that you just have, and it's limited to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or a few people. Everybody can build the skill of extrasensory perception. It's already in you. But the program ain't going to tell you that, because the program is saying, I want to control you. I want you to build this building over here. I want you to build this company that's destroying the earth. I want you to build these hospitals that's causing people to study sick people versus making them well. And so, and we're going to pay you money so you can feed your family, so you can buy things and go on vacation and feel good about not advancing. That's not what we're doing here. So 13 moon calendar is a great, and it's tied to the female avatar. So if you're a female, I'm speaking to you right now, divine feminine, and you're not following and tracking your cycles and your goals and your creative schedules on the 13 moon calendar, you are missing the boat. Because your cycles, when normal, are supposed to be 28 days each, and that is the same amount of time space that it takes the moon to revolve around the sun. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be governing your feminine creative cycles of emotional intelligence based on patriarchal cycles of capitalism. That's going to give you fibroids. That's going to make you disconnected from nature. That's going to make it hard for you to teach the world on how to evolve and be naturally nurturing and move into your natural disposition. You're not going to be able to do it because we're following artificial cycles. Big deal. So if you don't know how to do it, don't worry. You're not going to know how to do that after this session. But you want to be thinking, yeah, I got 13 cycles a year, not 12. So many of us trying to cram 13 into 12. And look at all the challenges that are happening with the female avatar and her creativity. Is that helping humanity? No. It's hurting humanity. Right? So whoever created that is influencing that on the female avatar, and that's affecting all of humanity. So we got to change that. That's what one of the things that we're doing here at the Synchronous Human School of Enlightenment, to give awareness of that so that we can thrive in that area. And I've seen when we thrive in that area, so many things change, so many powerful things happen. Okay. Now we also follow the 260-day calendar. This is how you evolve. Okay. All right. This is dealing with the 260 faces of the creator. So every day we call plasma, a new face is shown to what? Help you evolve based on the synchronic order, not based on something I made up in my mind. And so now you can see how the cosmos, the number one thing the cosmos does is it keeps evolving. And so we've united on the premise of evolution. One thing, evolution. We may not agree about religion. We may not agree about politics. We may not agree about this methodology and that methodology, but we can agree that we got to evolve. I want to write a book, Evolve or Die, because that's what's going to happen. Because everything else is evolving. Now, what do we need to do? Evolve. Right? And then we got the solar cycle. Now we put a lot of emphasis on the solar cycle, but it takes the earth a whole year to revolve around the sun. So if everything takes you a whole year, how are you going to evolve at the rate that your potential could allow you? You could be evolving daily, and there's 440 minutes per day. There's 144. You can keep evolving till you reach the rate of evolution of you evolving every minute. Think about the cells when they reproduce to produce a baby, right? They replicate like crazy. So what stops us from replicating intelligence like that? Nothing, except the programs that we have learned and that's governing our life. You see? So that solar cycle is great. We do need to know the Earth's, right? It's really the Earth's birthday, but it's the day you were born on that 365.225 cycle. But what does that mean for your evolution? We just celebrate, yay, I made another year. right? There's something more. There's something more. And I want to give you that as we move through this process so you can start seeing that. And then now you can see it different. You can see how that cycle supports your evolution, but it don't support it the way we think it does. All right. So this is the calendrical system that the basis of it. There's more, but this is the base of what we follow. And so what happens is the 13 moon calendar helps us disrupt the programming of the left brain. The 260-day calendar, the Zolkin, the 260 kin, right? It helps us access our memory so we can reach what? Greater states of consciousness so that we can evolve spiritually. And then we reach something called the whole mind. You see that chip in the middle? Where the pineal gland is activated in such a way, and the 1,000-petal lotus opens up in the crown chakra, and now you have access to the whole mind. That's when your consciousness and you can reach the Akashic records, your soul memories, right? So that's a process. You ain't gonna be able to do that today, but we want to build emotional intelligence so that you can handle greater consciousness, and that requires self-governance. All right. So these are the things that we talk about now. Now, as I've gone through that, I go through a few steps every day. One, I look at where we are on the 13 moon calendar as it relates to star Sirius. So we're in the 9th moon, the solar moon, right? And we're on the 17th day. We call 17th day plasma. You can see it says 323 there, right? Okay, great. That's where we are. I'm going to bring some meaning to that in just a moment. On the 260-day calendar, we only got one kin left before we complete what we call a galactic spin. And the reason why this 260-day cycle is so important, because it took roughly 260 days for you to go from inception into incarnation. It's the gestation period for the human. It's more accurate than 9 months, 9 uneven months, 260 days. Right? And so now you can really track your consciousness with this calendar. That was a question earlier. All right. And so in looking at that, so we're on the 259th expression out of 260 before we start over at what? 1. All right. So now what is that expression? Well, it's called the blue crystal storm. Kin 259. The blue crystal storm states, and I read, I dedicate, okay, in order to catalyze, universalizing energy. It's a wonder we're talking about energy today. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of magic. What is magic and energy doing for you today? This is different. The energy is different than it's Sunday. We're about to start a new week. So we say this 3 times to lock it in. The second time I explain it. I dedicate in order to catalyze. What am I dedicating myself to? Well, we're in the evolutionary cycle of the star that deals with how you evolve your ability to create. The artist is the star that beautifies and creates. So I dedicate myself to my creations in order to catalyze love in others. You know, when you see a good painting, you see a good work of art, you see a good expression, you sit there and say, oh my God, that makes me feel XYZ. That make me feel XYZ. Right? Universalizing energy. So no matter where I display this energy, I'm going to get the same, I'm going to attract the same thing. And it's catalyzing the energy in the entire universe. You got the whole universe working on your behalf. Right? The universe responds a certain way to your thoughts and your energy. So you universalizing the energy with intention. I seal the matrix of self-generation. Self-generation is the same as unconditional love for yourself. Who is the self? Let me pinpoint that. That's the power of God in you, right? With the crystal tone of cooperation. So the crystal tone deals with cooperation from yourself. And when you are Loving yourself, when you're universalizing energy and you're dedicated, you get cooperation from others. When you're not dedicated, you get resistance. And then because of all of that, it says the last line, I am guided by the power of magic. Magic has power because it goes beyond normal. Last time, I dedicate in order to catalyze universalizing energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of magic. That's the affirmation. So when you wake up with that on a Sunday, instead of just saying it's Sunday, what's the affirmation? What's the kin? And you recite that and you say it with passion. It's going to trigger a good response in you, a power in you that the other Sunday may not. You might get depressed when it's Sunday because you got to go to work Monday. Some people do that, right? So now this is step 3. I put the 2 calendars together, right? The kin, it comes from the 260, and then we got the 13 moon calendar. So this is what it looks like it's together, right? And so you look at the green box. You see what it says? That glyph on there, right, is the storm. And the above it is the crystal tone in galactic notation. So we're on gamma, and gamma, so the days of the week, right, on the Gregorian calendar, this is synonymous to that, but we talk about energy. So we talk about plasma, Dali, Celi, Gamma, Kali, Alpha, Limi, Celio. Now, why do we talk about energy versus being in the days? Well, the energy invokes something and triggers something in us, in our mind, to go beyond the body, right? And to access the extrasensory consciousness that we all can tap into if we choose, if the program ain't blocking us. So gamma is dealing with connected to the all-seeing eye, the third eye, right? And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that in a second. So we're on gamma, we're on the 17th plasma, and we're on the kin expression 259, right? And so as we're integrating in this and thinking about this way at the same time, we now are opening up the whole mind. Right now, you got to take responsibility for opening up the whole mind. You got to take responsibility for what you know, because when you get these insights, right, and intuitions, now that's divine intelligence telling you directly, this is what you need to do in your life. So the hollow mind perceiver is a nanochip that projects that creates a projection over the brain, and it tells us what areas of the mind to help us become more telepathic in. Right. And so there's these activations on this that show us, oh, this is what we need to focus on to activate extrasensory perception. This is what we need to focus on to activate telepathy. This is where we need to focus on to be able to remote view. All right. So it's pretty cool how it works, because there's a reading every day. And when you focus on what parts of the mind you are activating and developing, you now can make that a skill, a habit, and then you develop intelligence that way. And then now you operate on this earth a whole different way. The things that bothered you when you didn't have this intelligence don't bother you no more. That's why it's significant. So you're not going to know this today, but if you studied this like I did, you're going to be able to see some synchronicities, and the synchronicities are going to create the way for you, the pathway. So look at what it says about gamma. So this green little spikes here, looks like a green sun. That's where gamma is, right? And so it's right here. Okay, gamma, there's 7 chakras in the brain, the radioplasmas, and gamma is the third one. It's located right here. This is why you have people with the dot there too, right? And so that gamma connects with your what? Third eye. I like to call it an all-seeing eye, because you can see all the memory and access all the consciousness. But call it what you want to, first eye, third eye. I like to say all-seeing eye. Look at what it says about gamma. This mental sphere contains fleeting. Okay, so this area, this box here, is one of the 7 thinking layers of the cosmos, right? And the cosmos, according to this cosmology, thinks in 7 dimensions. That's the number 7. And this is the 3rd mental sphere or thinking layer of the cosmos that really speaks to our physical moment-to-moment awareness. Let's look at what it says. This mental sphere contains fleeting and moment-to-moment awareness, So now when you become aware, that's the key to change. So people who say, oh, I'm aware of a problem, but don't change the problem. Well, you don't want to change it bad enough, or you would change it, right? So moment to moment awareness, and is responsive, not reactive, to immediate external stimuli. All right. It is meant to, watch this, stabilize ordinary consciousness. Okay. So now when you stabilize your consciousness, most people's consciousness is unstable, right? And you stabilize it into what? Cosmic awareness. So once you become aware of the cosmos, you're going to go beyond the 12-month calendar into the 13. The 13 is the number of the cosmos. You see? Even at the Last Supper, they talk about the 12 disciples, but the 13th was the Christ consciousness that connects you to the what? The entire cosmos. And so when your awareness, watch this, somebody's going to get this, when your awareness of the entire cosmos open up, that means that any gift, any power, anything in the cosmos is available to you for your heart's desire. Hopefully for your purpose and your evolution. And whatever you get from that, you are responsible for and can create karma with. So when your awareness, again, awareness is the key to change. Your awareness expands on what you can do, and you use that awareness, you can create a different type of life. So this is known as the sphere, where we free the will from the programs and the ego and what I call the circumstantial persona. We're going to talk about that in a minute when I talk about energy, because it's your circumstances that's developed your personality. It's your traumas that's developed your personality. It's your traumas and your experiences that make you gun shy, because you don't want to get hurt again, and this, that, and third. Okay? And so this waking conscious mediumship, the medium is the spirit that gives you access to what you become aware of in the cosmos, energetically and everything. So this is why it is said in all the great books, you can do all things to Christ, through Buddha, through Yahweh, that strengthens me. I just named a few. What are they talking about? How can you do all things and then be in the art of exclusion? Well, I can't do that because I'm in a physical body. I don't even know if I want this physical body. The physical body is here to help you manifest on the physical plane. If you're just a spirit, you ain't going to be able to manifest nothing physically. So you want the body. You came in the body to show I can be God in the body as if I can be God in the spirit. And that's what you're going to realize and actualize as we evolve to those points. Isn't that powerful? And all you got to do is get on the path and get out of the past. Get on the path of evolution and get out of the past. Because the past is going to keep you behind. All right. So this grid, let's look at it a little bit closer. So there's the archetypes are on here, and they're sending us a message. So we go through this in the class. Look at where I got circled. Right, there is the white one, which is the wind that deals with the spirit. There's the yellow one, right, and then there's the blue one. Okay, but the thing here I want to focus on, right, that those are the number of activations in that area. So we're talking about prophecy there. But when we look here, let's look back where the X is, where it says time. Remember, I said time is the evolution of consciousness. So in this particular sense here, time, we need to evolve. Look at these little dots here. You see these dots? It's up in the upper right hand corner. There's 5 dots, and then you see time covering the 5th one. So the one in the first corner, touch, taste, smell, hear, and sight. So sight, these are all senses. Now to go to extrasensory, we got to go to the consciousness, right? The consciousness of sight is visual consciousness. So this is telling us we got to evolve in the area of visual consciousness today. We got to evolve there. Okay. And in evolving, we have to put ourselves in a position where we evolve our consciousness, our visual, Now we can evolve how we see ourselves, and how you see yourself is going to be determined. Is going to determine what you're going to be able to do in this reality, in this body. If you see yourself as, I'll never be able to run a marathon, you'll never be able to do it. There were people who ran marathons that could never break the 4-minute barrier. Then Benjamin Banner broke the 4-minute mile, and then now you got high school kids running and breaking 4-minute miles. What happened? The threshold was broken. You see, you decided to, right? So in talking about your energy is a magical elixir for success, let's talk about that. So your energy, if it can be a magical elixir for success, it can be a negative, right, attribute for failure. There's always, right, a scale, right, an equation. So let's look at this. Now, this is the part you want to pay attention to. We went through the cosmology. Let's look at some practical things here. Energy is a magical elixir for success. Now, when we talk about the storm, the crystal storm, we're talking about catalyzing energy. So how can we make this energy, your energy, we're talking about you now, a magical elixir for success? Let's talk about how. First, if you look up the energy of success, this is what the AI, I got a little a and a little I because it stands for artificial intelligence. And I got that there as a sign that that's not bigger than absolute intelligence. So we need to know what artificial intelligence is. It's an indicator to help us do what we can, right, in absolute intelligence. With our human technology is greater than artificial technology. We have to already be thinking that. So this statement, the statement energy is success suggests that having and effectively using energy, effectively is the key, right? Whether physical, mental, or emotional, is crucial for achieving goals and experiencing success in various aspects of your life. Do you want to be more successful in your life? You first have to go back and say, let me see, what does success mean to me? Right? So when you're listening to this, if you don't know what success means to you, all right, you're going to have to define that for yourself. Now, once you define what success means to you, right, now you want to see how energy can help you achieve your goals and experience success in many aspects of your life. The big three is what? Relationships, money, and health. Look at what it says. Relationship, money, and health. We're just going to use those aspects. Energy as a foundation. Success in any field, whether personal, professional, spiritual, often requires a significant amount of energy to drive what? Some people say, I got a lot of drive. I say that. I got a lot of drive, man. Well, where you driving to, Taharka? Well, what we're driving is motivation. What we're driving is effort. What we're driving is resilience. What we're driving is stick-to-itiveness. What we're driving is commitment. What we're driving is discipline. We're driving. What are we driving through? What conditions? We're driving through difficulties. We're driving through adversities. So we got to have some energy to get past the challenges that are going to show up as we build strength towards achieving our goal. So that's why it don't say you need a little bit amount of energy to be successful. It said what? Significant amounts of energy. So if you're a person with low energy right now, we need to be talking about, so this will work for you, how to increase your levels of energy before we start achieving. Because you're going to get fatigued and wore out in the fight. You're going to get fatigued and wore out right before you're about to get the $1 million check. You're going to get fatigued and wore out just before you get the relationship of your dreams. You're going to get fatigued and wore out and give up right before you're about to heal yourself of something that's plagued you your whole life. And so you got to use energy as a foundation, not as a add-on, not as a dessert menu, Energy has to be the foundation. Without the energy, we can't evolve. Types of energy. This is also an AI response. I'm going to give you the cosmology in just a second. Physical energy. Watch this. You need physical energy. The stamina and the vitality needed for physical tasks and activity. I got to carry the groceries from the car to the kitchen and put them away. You're going to need some energy to do that. I got young children, young grandchildren, and I'm going to watch them for the weekend. I'm on the strong end, and I'm going to take them to the park. You're going to need some energy for that. I'm going to start a new business, and I got this creative idea, but yeah, you don't know the challenges yet, so you're going to need some energy for that. Mental energy, focus, clarity, and cognitive capacity needed for problem solving and decision making. You know how many people they don't know that when you avoid problems, you're avoiding building mental energy, mental stamina, mental focus. And so instead of problem solving and decision making, what happens? We become indecisive. We create more problems because the problems keep coming. So we don't start solving these right now. The one is coming tomorrow and next heptad and the next moon, they're gonna start piling up on us. Right? So you're gonna want to say, I want to problem solve. One of the things that we teach is important. I wish they would continue to teach more is critical thinking skills. Okay, let's talk about emotional energy. Here we go. The drive, right? What we driving? Passion and resiliency needed to what? Overcome challenges and setbacks. This is one of the biggest things that you gotta deal with. That most people don't have the emotional intelligence to go with the emotional energy. That when a challenge comes, right? You can't overcome it. You see? I've had challenge after challenge after challenge. And so this is how you know you got emotional energy. That when the setback or challenge comes, it takes you to a higher level of operating. You don't get depressed. Oh, I just got evicted. Oh, I just got this diagnosis. It fuels you when you got emotional energy because you're passionate about where you're going. And when you get a diagnosis from a doctor that ain't even God in your life, you say, oh, I guess my life is over. I guess this is my ticket out of here. But the person with emotional energy says, wait a second. That doesn't make any sense. I got an unlimited power in me that tells me different. And so I'm going to bet on that. I'm going to go with that. Matter of fact, I'm going to step up my game in my health regimen. I'm going to drink more water. I'm going to walk more. I'm going to work out more where it's healthy, where it's appropriate. I'm going to breathe better. I'm going to take better supplements. I'm going to improve my diet. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to stop having negative thoughts. And then you start stepping up your game, and that's your focus every day. And then you have a challenge that catapults you forward versus setting you back. And that's how you know that you got that emotional energy thing. Feel like if you go curl up and say, I don't know how I'm gonna make it now. Okay. Well, you ain't gonna make it. And I'm not being mean to you, but I'm telling you, as a woman, as a man thinketh in his or her heart, then so is she. And wherever she is, he is. It's in the word. So you got to have emotional energy to get you through the difficulties that build your character. And then now you sit there being unremoved, uncompromising, not of the good opinion of other people, and nothing will stop you, not even you. So that's why we focus on emotional intelligence, so that you can manage your emotional energy, so that your drive and your passion increases when challenges come versus shrinking back when they come, because fear will make you shrink back. Whew. So we have the energy of thought. I'm going to take you through a process. Watch this. This is where your life is going to change. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you where you're going wrong. How many of you need a change in your life and you know that your energy is not where it needs to be? How many of you need a change in your life? You know you're not operating at the level you could be. How many of you need a change in your life because you want to be prosperous in your finances? How many of you need a change in your life because you're sick and tired of dealing with the same folks that seems like it's holding you back? How many of you need a change in your life because you need to overcome a health ailment in your current experience? And so you got to start with the energy of thought. So now we're getting into the cosmology. That was basic, that little a, little I stuff. I'm going to show you something that's simple. It's going to take you to another level. The energy of thought. What are you thinking? Right? Roll with me because I'm going to show you what you're thinking. When you get in a certain result, I can show you how your thinking is. The energy of feeling. All right. The energy of I am and the energy of knowing. Let's go a little bit deeper into these. So I think. Look what it says. Positive energy is what? Power. It's like a power plant. And use it more in your life and see for yourself the success that it creates. I am the 259th expression of the Creator, and I dedicate in order to catalyze the energy I think. So how you think, right, starts it out. So I think, therefore I feel, not I feel like. Get I feel like out of your life. And I'm going to show you how you feel like. You can always see how you feel like because your feeling drives your thinking. Your feeling comes before your thinking. I think, therefore I feel. I think abundance, therefore I feel abundant. I am abundant and I know abundance because I am that I am. I think prosperous thoughts. I feel prosperous. I am prosperous and I know I'm prosperous because I can see the prosperity. I think success. Therefore, I feel successful. I am successful. I know I'm successful because I can see the progress that I've made from then to now. I think love. I feel love. I am love. And I see the relationships that display love in my life. You see? This is how the thinking drives the feeling. And the feeling shows you who you become. You become I am. I am the feeling. I am the thinking. And I know this because I see and I am experiencing it in my physical reality. I'm actualizing it. What are you thinking about? Let me tell you where we get tripped up. Y'all want to know where we get tripped up? Sounds simple, don't it? But let me show you. You let your feelings, we move, feel, I feel in front of I think. Let me show you. Let me show you. See, this is good. Watch this. Some of y'all gonna get this. The energy of concern. Let's start with our concern. I feel like I'm concerned that somebody's gonna betray me. So you start thinking about all the way they're gonna betray you. And then what does I am become? I am becomes a betrayal of yourself because you don't betray yourself for how you feel. You now align with yourself on how you think and you keep it in the order. I think, I feel, I am, I know. So if you feel concerned, you can't feel abundant. Right? So we get a conflict now. So now you're concerned about something. How many of y'all concerned about something right now? Go ahead and admit it. It's okay. I'm concerned about some things too, but it doesn't govern my thought. I recognize it and I say, okay, all right, that's what I'm concerned about. But here's how I'm going to think. This is therefore how I think is how I feel. And when I feel it, I become it. So I am it, and then I know it. And then my concern goes to the side over here and say, keep watching concern because I'm thinking this way. While I'm concerned about this, I ain't worried about that right now because I'm thinking how I want the outcome to be when I'm not concerned. I'm feeling like it's already happened. I am that, and now I'm starting to experience some progress in that area. And I'm still gonna keep you over there. I ain't gonna give you no attention. I ain't gonna give you no love, concern. And then before I know it, when I all the way get to where I want to be, where's my concern? It's gone. The energy of doubt, 1% doubt and you out. The energy. So we start. So you listen to a session like this, and I say, yeah, as a woman, as a man thinketh in his or her heart, then so is she. And say, all right, yeah, okay, I think I can be successful. Yeah, I think I can be healthy. I deserve to have a good relationship. You ain't gonna have it because you start with the concern on your mind, and then that's what your mouth say. That's why you don't get it. You see, you want to address and remove the concern out your thought process and energy field first. So we just try to jump in here, right? I'm going to try to do what Neb Tahar is talking about, but really what's dominating my thoughts are these concerns right now. Not on what you want to do. The energy of doubt will take you out, right? Because the energy of concern will make you feel a certain kind of way, and then you'll be thinking about what you're concerning. And then you become your concerns. And then your reality becomes more to be concerned about. Same thing with doubt. With you doubt, you'll almost get to the promised land. And then after that, you'll self-sabotage. Right? Because the energy of doubt is say, why would I doubt that? Okay, yeah, this is how it won't work. Okay, I feel like it won't work. Let me think of some other ways it won't work so I can make it work. See, that's not the right thinking. Right? And so what happens, you think there, and you think you're going to get a feeling of how it's going to work. Well, that's a superficial feeling if you get it at best, right? So the energy of doubt is going to take you out. The energy of I feel like is a simile or a metaphor, right? So you don't want to feel like you are doing something. You want to feel it. Not like. You want to feel it. I feel abundant. I feel powerful. I feel great. Try it. Because let me tell you, I feel like creates a trigger to think a certain way, how you feel. So now I feel like it's running the show. And so now when you say, I feel like I'm tired, your mind starts to go, oh man, so I ain't going to be able to do this. I ain't going to be able to do that. So your thinking is now fueling the feeling. And then you become what you're thinking and how you're feeling. And then that's your experience because those are the circumstances that come to show you the energy that attracted your circumstances from how you felt. So anytime you deal with I feel like, it is leading the process. You don't want to lead with your feelings. You want to think and decide how to feel and tell your emotions how to feel. And then this is based on I am. It's not based on what you really feel physically because you're not just a physical being. Right? So I feel like you want to take that out and go to I just feel. Okay? The energy of judgment. When you judge, right, you now are gauging a situation, right, in a way. It could be a good judgment. It could be a bad judgment. But let's talk about the bad judgment. This person ain't going to do right. Okay. That's the feeling. The thought comes in. Yep, because they robbed me of this. They betrayed me of that. And so now you got a negative disposition of not just the person, but your interaction with that person. So guess what? So now you become the interaction. So now I am this experience that we sitting here talking about what you're not going to do. This person is always, cheating, doing this, doing that. And so your focus is on the negative disposition of this person. And it brings your I am to that level. And you notice, you say, see, they did it again. And you created in a self-fulfilling prophecy that short period of time. The energy of fatigue. Let me tell you how that runs your life. I'm tired. So therefore I can't go, to the store. I can't go work out. I'm tired. So I can't study. I'm tired, so I can't get an extra job to make more money. I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I'm this, I'm that. So the energy of fatigue, how you feel, will have you thinking, yeah, every time I do this, every time I feel this way, these things are happening. Every time I feel this way, I'm not able to do this. Every time, and that's where your mind goes. And so the I am part of you says, your wish is my command. I mean, I guess what it seems like you're saying here is that you're tired. And because you're tired, this is how your life works. So I'm going to become that. And then you know it to be true. See, it happened again. I was tired. I almost ran off the road driving. So I just stay home and go to sleep. Right? I'm fatigued. I'm doing so now. Fatigue can come in overworking too. Overworking yourself. So you fatigue all the time. So now you don't have any gas in your tank to be successful. But you got enough gas. When you're fatigued, the only gas you got in your tank is to complain. And complaining means you're not where you want to be. So now you go into a state of shame or guilt because you're not where you want to be. And so it takes you deeper into the spiral, right? Versus towards where you want to be. The energy of hunger will punk you if you're not well learned in terms of how to deal with fasting and things of that nature, right? Because the opposite of the energy of hunger is the energy of fasting, the energy of air, the energy of breath, right? But we're focused on, we're hungry because we haven't eaten, not because we're not getting nutrients. Because we haven't eaten. So the program has told us, well, if you don't eat 3 times a day and you get hungry, you only eat 2 times a day, you're not going to be able to go and do that factory work. I had a conversation with my son, Sage's dean, because he challenged one of the teachers. And I told them, you know, that we teach Sage critical thinking skills, not how to be a factory worker. There's nothing wrong with factory workers. Okay, but we're teaching him the school systems are designed for the industrial age. So we in a telepathic age, and some people are still operating in the industrial age concepts and wondering why I'm not progressing. Right? So the energy of hunger, if you got to go and weld, if you got to go and lift a lot of things, if you got to go and build and scaffold and all this kind of stuff, they measured you're going to need 3 meals to have the energy to do that. Well, everybody ain't doing that now. But they tell you if you don't eat this amount of times, you're gonna be hungry. And if you're hungry, you're not gonna be able to think. If you're hungry, you're gonna get an attitude. If you're hungry and you get hangry, you know, you're not gonna want to be around this person. That's a program, right? And then you got to work with the energy of disappointment. Now, these are very heavy energies that influence your thought process. So if you wait till you're concerned and you don't know how to cycle out of it, your concern will run the show. Your doubts will run the show. How you feel like will run the show. Your judgments will run the show. You will become your judgments. Fatigue will run the show. Hunger will run the show. And disappointment will run the show. So how are we going to talk about the storm and catalyzing energy if these energies are running your life? So you can't start there. If the first thing that comes out your mouth is I feel like, that's your thinking. Now, everything else is going to happen after that statement you make. But if you say, hey, I feel fatigued, here's where you want to use but. I'm going to show you how to do it now. All right. I'm fatigued, but I'm going to get some water. But I got some supplements over here. But I'm going to take a walk. But I'm going to take a nap. And after I take this nap, I'm going to have the energy to do what I need to do. The energy of concern. I'm concerned, but I got a solution. Right? I doubt, right? I doubt that this is going to work, but I'm going to get some more intelligence to see how it can work. I'm going to find a solution. When you doubt, you need a solution, right? I feel like, well, no, I don't feel like anything. This is exactly how I feel. This is why you have to pinpoint exactly how you feel. And so therefore, this is what I'm going to do. And this is what I can think so I can feel how I want to feel based on what I'm thinking and where I'm going, right? The energy of judgment, right? You know, I'm judging this person. This person is always doing X, Y, Z, but this could be one of the times they do something different. Let me keep a positive light on this. The energy of fatigue. I feel fatigue, but I haven't had any rest. But I've been running around all day, you know, carrying stuff. People haven't been helping me, but I've been people pleasing. But people won't help me. But this, but that. So here's what you do. I feel fatigued, but I'm gonna ask for help. See how many of y'all feel fatigued and don't want to ask for help? That's your pride, that's your ego. I feel fatigue, but I can get rest. But I can take my mind off of my concerns and my doubts and free my mind. And that's how you go in the other direction, right? The energy of hungry. Okay, I'm hungry. Well, what can I eat that gives me some energy versus that can satisfy the feeling of hunger? The energy of disappointment. Disappointment is tricky. You got to discipline your disappointments. The energy of disappointment will take you into a depression. You have to be careful with that energy. Because now you say, I'm disappointed because you had an expectation. And every time you have an expectation, you have a disappointment. And every time the disappointment will run the show. What you're disappointed about is going to run the show. So how you discipline disappointment? You say, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm disappointed, but, right, I'm excited. Because now I have an opportunity to ... So anytime you get disappointed, say, I'm disappointed, but I'm excited. Because now I get to do X, Y, Z. And I don't have to be dependent on what somebody else does so I could feel a certain kind of way. So this is psychology that you have with yourself. Before you think in your heart, you got to already know what's in your heart. And if you got concern, doubt, feel like judgment, hunger, fatigue, disappointment in your heart, just because I'm telling you that you think this new way, I'm going to work out every day. Well, in your heart, you don't think you even need to work out every day. In your heart, you don't think you can work out every day. So if you just come in there, you got to address why that is before you bring this new energy into your heart space. Once you bring the new energy in, that's going to dominate your thought process and you're going to live that out. Now, let me tell you how I know this works. It always happens when life makes it happen. Tax season is the 14th, right, of April, and the taxes got to be on the 15th of April. Everybody rushing to do it. They could have did it on January when they got their W-2s, whatever, right? Nope, they wait till the last minute and it kicks in and then they do it. Right? So what's the difference between that and just doing it up front? The way you think. And you let your thinking tell you how to feel, not your feelings to tell you how you think. And if you get that, you're going to be able to use this energy like magic. And it's going to help you be successful. It's going to make better relationships for you. It's going to help you heal yourself, because most of us have an internal energetic conflict. And that's why we can't, it's like a wall. We can't move forward. Right? Now, if you got questions about this, I want you to email me. All right. And I talk about this deeper in coaching and classes, but you can get it. But I want you to get the concept and realize it so that you can start practicing it to what? Actualize it. All right. So this is the write-up on the storm, the world changer. And this is the words to the song that y'all hear in the beginning. So here it goes. I am the world changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19. The power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone. Skilled at the arts of transmutation. What am I transmuting? I'm transmuting the energy of fatigue into the energy of excitement and exertion. So skilled at the arts of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer. Transformer of what? Energy of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning. to illuminate the truths behind your illusions. And the truth will set you free, because now once you know the truth, you know how to operate and dispel the lie. Right? I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the feather that shatters your world system. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies. It is I who caused the triple aspect monuments of the avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple grounds. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. So that means you got the whole galaxy working on your behold. I behold the creator of the fifth sun. We think it's just one sun. But every God is a sun in a body. Right? The fifth sun, right? The present world sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth what? The sixth sun. So the fifth sun is the situation you in now. The sixth sun is what you evolve into. See? Practicalize it. For the great regeneration of the world's soul through energy, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. That you can generate and you can catalyze energy, and you can be more, do more, know more, and have more. All right? All right. So apparently, let me give you the assignment. Hold on. The assignment, that's showing the wrong assignment here. It's a good assignment too. Oh, I see what happened. Bear with me 1 second. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. All right, let's see here. What we're going to do, I'm going to import this in because you can see the assignment. We got the wrong assignment on here. My apologies. I have to make sure I correct that for the next time. And let's see. Assignment. So while I'm bringing this up, did this make a difference for you today? You have to switch. Ultimately, the basics of it, you have to switch where you feel and where you think. You got to think before you feel. You got to think to tell yourself how to feel. If you don't, the feeling will just automatically take you to a place that you don't want to be. And you won't be able to stop it. Ashe? All right, so here we go. We're going to load this up. This was when I made this discovery, I was able to transmute the energy of a situation. I could take an angry person and turn it into love. I could take a depressed person and turn it into confidence. You see, the energy, I'm dealing with the energy, not the person. You see? And if I can do it, and I showed you how to do it, you can do it too. And you can orchestrate something different in your life. This is why gossip is such a bad thing. Because if you gossip, you now are talking about a negative aspect of someone, and then you're going to end up becoming what you're gossiping about. You're going to become what you judge. Right? So that's why you don't need to judge. Oh, man. I don't see it. So hold on a second here. All files. Oh, there it goes. I thought I did something here. Bear with me because I want you to have this assignment. There it goes. Oh, it says the invalid file type. Oh, man. Okay, so let me read it to you because this is important, because this is what a lot of people are right now, dealing with these feelings. Right? Your feelings will deceive you if you don't have the right order of thought. I'm going to repeat that. Your feelings will deceive you. How many times have you felt love and got betrayed? How many times have you felt it was good opportunity and you got scammed? How many times you scammed somebody? Right? So you got to understand that you got to have the correct thought, right, to help express feelings. feelings as an emotion with a thought attached to it, right? So it's not just something that comes over you. You were thinking a certain way and a certain experience came. All right, so the assignment is, and I might be able to just do this. Let's see if I can, the assignment is critical. Let's see, present, share screen. Ha! Let's see if I can do that. And then let's see, a window. And boom. Now let's share it. Let's see what happens. Can y'all see my screen? So hopefully y'all can see it, right? So I'm gonna read it to you whether you can see it or not. See it or not, here I come. All right, so what is the assignment? What do you desire to experience that's different from what you are experiencing right now? So the first thing you want to do when you're feeling and your thoughts are not aligned is, I feel fatigue, but I want to feel energetic. So you want to desire to experience an energetic experience. Okay, so you picture yourself energetically, and there's times you've been energetic, and so you focus on that, right? So what do you desire to experience that's different from what you experience? You write that down, right? And I just say write a few things down. Think about the outcome all the time, right? So let's just say you want to lose weight, but you just can't seem to, exert yourself energetically to work out. You can't see, you give in to the different pressures of eating certain things that may not be in line with what the physique you want, and so on and so forth. So now you start thinking and seeing yourself doing that in your mind. Right? Now, the feeling can be so strong that it feel like you can't even think that. So you got to think in your mind, if I can't think that, how am I going to be able to move myself into action to do that? So think about you being energetic all the time. Think about all the fun you're going to have being able to be in this certain body. Think about all the people that's going to compliment you. All the things that make you feel good about why you want to do that. You think about that. Then you talk about the outcome as if it's already happened. Now, I'm so glad I got more energy. Even if it's a little bit more. Man, this is going to help me do ... I'm going to be able to do more activities with my children, my grandchildren. I'm going to be able to work on this project I always wanted to do. I'm going to be able to travel, So talk about it as if it's already happened. Feel the experience of the outcome now. So now you want to feel the experience. So anytime you feel something you want, it puts a smile on your face, right? So feel the experience of that, right? Become the experience. Now, how do you become it? By practicing it, right? So you practice the feeling, and then you go out and do something. With working out, for example, some people, you may not need to work out. You may just need to walk around the block first. So practice walking around the block. It's easy. Now practice walking around 2 blocks. Maybe practice jogging on one side of the block and walking the other 3 parts, right? But if you do that and you keep this outcome in your mind about, I'm going to eventually get to this position, eventually, through the Fibonacci sequence of operating, you're going to get there, right? And then you're going to become the experience. Know you are worthy. That's the thing. Know you are worthy. A lot of times the feeling makes us feel that we're not worthy. We did something wrong. We got shame about something. We got fear about something. So when you know you're worthy in there, then you keep repeating those steps until you get to where you want to be. And it may take you 2 moves to do it. So what? It's better than nothing. Record any insights to this process, downloads. Also, clear up any karmic behaviors that keep you back, or dispositions, or keep anyone else back. And so that is the assignment. Okay, very, very, very powerful. That is simple. We went over it. I went a little bit deeper because I want you to understand the power of your thought and how it can influence your feelings. Now, if you don't believe me and you doubt what I'm saying, you'll never override your feelings with your thought. I feel like busting loose. busted loose. That's what somebody said. I busted loose already, right? So get grounded. Get your thoughts and your feelings. The conflict is between your thoughts and your feelings. And abundance will never flow to a conflict. Never. So you can listen to these sessions and it sound good and it make you feel good. It'd be real surfacey. But you ain't addressing what's already in your heart of how you feel and see yourself. So you won't be able to do what I'm saying. But if you need help with this, email me. But if you take the time and you already got the discipline and everything to say, you know what? I feel this way, but I can still think this way and change my feeling. Is that possible? And if it is in your mind, you can change it. If it don't feel possible in your mind, look, I use the word feel, right? If it don't feel possible, then you won't be able to think you can do it. Then you're going to need help. And you can't have too much pride to ask for help. So now you can't do it, and you won't even let somebody help you that can help you do it. So now where do we go from here? We just stay in the feedback loop, and that really puts us in a negative disposition. Ashe? All right, so this was a real big deal for me. That's why I went an extra 30 minutes on this. The early bird registration has been extended until, I know it was mentioned earlier, but Tatiana, to Thursday, the 27th. So inquire about these classes, get these classes. They're going to help you. They're going to help you build the foundation for what I'm talking about, because there's another program that's tearing down what I'm talking about, making you think you can't, making you think you're just a number. We're more than that. Okay? So inquire about this. If you're new, you got to start at the beginning with the basic LOT class and the Hollow Mind Perceiver class. Those are the two you can take. There are prerequisites to go to these other levels. Okay? And then tomorrow, I want you all to join us on the 260 Quantum Leap Meditation. So what we're going to do, we're going to get all the kin online. Right? So if you don't know your kin number, you're watching this, inquire to get your kin number. And that's all you need. Don't cost nothing or anything for you to get on this meditation. And when you get on here, we're going to meditate as a collective. One, we're unifying on the premise of evolution. Two, we're assembling the galactic brain when we get the expressions and the kin together. And three, we're going to access the cosmic mind. Why? To gain insights on how to advance into the telepathic age, individually and collectively. And you're going to take that and you're going to run with it how you need to run with it. It's going to be phenomenal. We're going to have an excellent chant. I'm going to be on there. I got the wrong flyer up here, but it's going to be myself, High Priestess Ma'at, and Makaru Amen, and Baba Wanik Kimi Tahuti Shabazz. They are amped up about this as I am. It is going to be phenomenal. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be out of this world. It's going to last about an hour. So it's going to be more meditation versus information. And then we're going to do the chant, and we're going to draw that energy, the magic of that energy, to support us as we evolve into the next age. Family, this has been a pleasure, as well as a privilege to quantum leap into the new time. And I want to end with our affirmation and our declaration of evolution. Right? Kin 259, the blue crystal storm, states, I dedicate in order to catalyze. Universalizing energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of magic. I dedicate in order to catalyze. Universalizing energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the crystal tone of cooperation, and I am guided by the power of magic. One more time to lock it in. I dedicate, say it with me, in order to catalyze. Universalizing energy. I seal the matrix of self-generation with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of magic. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. And when you seal the matrix of self-generation, the self the power of God is rationing the genes of God in the physical body. That's the matrix of self-generation. That the matrix that you're creating in your experience on the physical plane is coming from the gene rations or that are rationed by God. Woo! Let's end with the declaration of evolution. I'm going to say I, and then say your name. I'm going to say Neb Taharka, and then hereby declares that I will. But instead of you saying Neb Taharka, you're going to say your name while I say my name. Here we go. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will make evolution my number one priority. Here we go. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will clear any karma associated with my existence once revealed. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will discover, carry out, and become my purpose. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will remove any judgment that I have of myself and others. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will look for and remove any spiritual blockages or misalignments once revealed. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will end any cycles that do not support my evolutionary process. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will show compassion for all beings and all other species on the planet. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will be patient with my process and others going through their processes as well. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will be disciplined and focused when things get challenging, and they will get challenging. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will listen to my intuition and carry out its instructions when received. Last one. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will ultimately strive for self-mastery. Ashe, and Ashe. Oh, on behalf of the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment and its students, and all of you who took time to listen, I give thanks for you, and I wish for you, envision you having the best creation that you've had today in a long time. With that being said, in Lakesh means I am another you. Alakin means you are another me. Hotep, Hetepu, and Namaste. And remember, and don't you ever forget that evolution is the solution. Watch the video on the way out for tomorrow's dynamic chant and meditation. Peace.